If the Ponzi scheme stops growing, people start taking their money out. They start losing faith in the system. When they start losing faith in the system, the entire thing collapses. Ultimately, we have the power to hold up the system on planet A and to build a system on planet B. So the corresponding truth on planet B is that human well-being necessitates a sense of purpose that's larger than ourselves. Okay? Finally, the fourth foundational myth, which I watched them create this myth because I was there right almost from the beginning, is that fossil fuel use is the leading cause of climate change. And it's very important that they created this myth, because without that myth, the entire thing would have fallen apart right away. Because in reality, animal agriculture is the leading cause of climate change. And stopping fossil fuel use now is suicidal. That's the truth, corresponding truth on planet B. I watched them create this myth because right at the beginning, when I was being trained by Vice President Al Gore in the second batch that he trained, I asked him the question, if we just restore forests on the land that we are currently using for grazing animals, can we not reverse climate change? And I'm just an engineer, and I was just doing back of the envelope calculations. I was looking at how much carbon is stored on land, roughly 3 times as much carbon as in the entire atmosphere. And 1/3 of the land had hardly any carbon because it was being used as grazing land. This was back in 2006. So I said, well, the rest of the land seems to have a lot more carbon. So if we just restore forests on this grazing land, can we not reverse this? And he turned to Roy Neal, as chief of staff, and he said, how did this guy get in here? And he didn't answer my question. So then I spent the next 4 to 5 years trying to convince him to address this in the presentations, in the training that he was doing to people. Because I feel like you don't want to train people with lies and have them go spread the lies, right? So I was trying to convince him, and I finally gave up. Okay? But by the time I'd already started Climate Healers, and we were focusing on this, on trying to get the truth out.